Chapter 6.
Hello and welcome back to Boring Dad Gaming, where today we're going to be playing some more Beacon Pines. And, I said this before, that things feel like they're building up to a good conclusion. They did before, but that conclusion wasn't a good conclusion, so we've been taken back to try again from a different angle. So, but it does feel like we are getting to the business end of this game now.
End huddled around that small map, formulating a plan to infiltrate the headquarters of Perennial Harvest. It would be no small feat. A modern facility equipped with all manner of technology, not to mention the swarm of clipboards that would most certainly be scattered throughout. By the time the sun began to peek through the car window used as a makeshift balcony door, all were in agreement. This could just work. The final day before the festival would be used to prepare. They'd need to pool every resource at their disposal, pull every favor with a thread, even enlist some unsavory characters around town with important tasks only they were suited for. Luckily, there was enough ill will and mistrust toward Perennial Harvest that alliances could be found at a bargain. Luca, Beck, and Rollo rubbed their eyes as they exited the treehouse. They hadn't slept at all that night. There was no time. The festival was to begin in one day, and they each had their assignments.
Alright, quick recap. Rollo, you're going to talk to Roxy. Cordially. Without her and Fitz, this whole thing could go bust. Me? Cordial is my middle name. Uh-huh. And how do you plan to explain your new,
vaguely at Rollo's sizable figure.
circumstance? Bah, she'll be so happy I'm alive, she won't even notice.
Beck snorted an involuntary giggle.
And Beck, you're sure Ilona won't just shoot this whole thing down when she hears it? She'll listen. Once she understands the danger Nellie is in, the danger we're all in, the plan will make sense. Okay. That leaves me with Jeff, then Iggy. How are you going to persuade them? I'll think of something.
They each looked at each other with sleepy confidence and nodded.
Well, Godspeed. Alright. Jeff usually hangs out by the stream in town, doesn't he? Down here? No, he's not there today. Deep-voiced kid is. Can't talk to him. Where else might Jeff be? I'm not going to the museum again. Maybe we can check up. Yeah. Nope. There he is. Hey, Jeff.
What can I do you for?
Well, I know how much you hate Perennial Harvest.
Hate's a strong word.
Oh, sorry, I mean...
I didn't say it was the wrong word.
Gotcha. So we're going to break into their headquarters, and I thought you might be able to help.
Jeff wheezed out a long snicker.
Yeah, I knew you kids were all right.
Great, so you'll help.
The joy in Jeff's face drained instantly.
Not a chance.
But...
Give me one good reason I should risk my hide in aiding and abetting you rascals.
Looking into the sullen eyes of his would-be accomplice, Luca blurted out the first word that came to mind.
Oh, yeah. I think junk's going to be the right response here. Jeff loves junk. Junk!
Yeah? What of it? Sonny, I've got more junk than a king has copper. Ain't interested.
Oh. Can we do that again?
Luca wasn't ready to give up so easy. He shouted out again.
Alright. Crooked, maybe. Crooked!
Gah, they're all crooks. Like cockroaches. Stamp one out and another comes scurrying along to take its place.
Alright, try this again. Fight? Fight!
I've done enough fighting for one lifetime and more of my share of losing. Time's come to hang up the gloves.
Alright. How about... shit. Shit!
Yeah, it's all shit. I still ain't helping. Ain't that some shit?
Alright, last one. Hide. Hide!
Jeff's brow perked up.
What'd you say?
Go ahead and hide then.
Sensing some traction, Luca carried on with vigor.
Let a bunch of kids do what needs to be done. We're not afraid.
Jeff's scowl faded with a sigh.
Say what you will about old Jeff, and they all do, but you'll never hear him say I hid from nothing.
One good stomp of the foot was all Jeff needed to drive his point home.
What was it you kids needed?
Some sort of a disguise.
Yeah, I've got just the thing.
And while we're at it, that crate should come in handy.
This ain't gonna be free, you know. I'm thinking 5 bags of sour gob should cover it.
Put it on my tab?
Luca offered out his open hand to seal the deal. With a firm and dusty grip, Jeff reciprocated.
Done. Swing by first thing in the morning.
Alright, we got Jeff. And we didn't see Iggy in town, so where could he be? Library? Maybe they're in the park? Oh, here they are. Yeah.
Hey Tish, look who it is. Luke, are you here to try and tickle us to death again?
Look, just hear me out.
Iggy raised an eyebrow suspiciously.
We're listening.
Iggy, I know we've both been giant bags of shit to each other.
Iggy gave a reluctant shrug.
You're not wrong.
He's getting a bit Jeff, isn't he? But lately, life has been kinda strange, you know?
Iggy considered the point.
Things have been weird around here.
So I'm offering a truce and asking for your help. What do you say we break our hostilities for now, at least?
We do like breaking things. Even if a truce means less breaking things.
What if I told you there was a way to have a truce and break stuff?
Go on.
I need you to cause a distraction so I can sneak into Perennial Harvest HQ.
A wild-eyed grin spread across Iggy's face.
My, Luca Van Horn. I'm impressed.
And after this is all done, maybe you and Tish can come hang out at the treehouse sometime.
Iggy glanced over to Tish, who nodded in agreement.
Fine. But not because we want to see your crappy treehouse. We just like to cause chaos.
With a quick nod, Luca was off.
Alright, done.
Did you hear that, Tish?
Iggy gazed up at Tish with a smile.
He invited us to hang out at the treehouse.
A single tear ran down Tish's cheek.
I never expected this day to come. How wonderful.
Chapter 7. Into the Hive. A good heist requires preparation, and thorough preparation takes time. Something they had precious. So far, everything was in order. Jeff, Iggy, and Tish all agreed to do their part. Beck radioed Luca that night with a simple and covert message. "We're locked and loaded on my end." And Rollo, after a lengthy confession, managed to persuade Roxy and Fitz to help. He stowed away in mission control for the night to avoid attracting attention. Rollo, being uniquely suited for the role, would be the first to breach Perennial Harvest. The outfit provided by Jeff wasn't perfect, but a convincing disguise is 10% wardrobe, 90% confidence. Rollo took a few vigorous breaths and shook out his arms.
Just stay calm, Rollo. You can do this. Got your delivery here.
Delivery? I don't have anything in my notes about a delivery. One moment. I'm so sorry, but there's no delivery scheduled for this morning.
Right.
He had to think quick.
Well, that's because this goes directly to the founder. He asked that it be kept secret.
Rollo sighed, adjusting his tool belt.
You know how the founder can be.
I suppose we can leave this off the records.
Harvester weights and such.
With a stroke of his mustache, Rollo proceeded into the Perennial Harvest headquarters.
Our harvest awaits.
Package here for the founder.
Oh, I didn't hear anything about...
Yeah, this is a need-to-know kind of thing.
I'll just
He
check.
stammered and flipped through the pages of his clipboard.
This goes directly to the founder. I don't have time to fill you in.
Oh, I see. If you could just complete this form.
Rollo interrupted with urgency in his voice.
Every time with the forms. Look, if you want me to explain to the founder why I'm late, well, it's your funeral.
Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say your name was again?
I'm...
Rollo panicked.
A harvest awaits.
Sir? That's a restricted area. Excuse me, sir.
A harvest awaits.
Ready to light the candle, Tish?
Yep.
Fuck on this, perennial ham fist. What was that?
The distraction was enough for Rollo to regain his confidence.
Just open the damn door. I've got a job to do.
The clipboard fumbled around in a frenzy.
I should check on that noise.
Oh, come on. Just buzz me in already.
Okay.
Phew. That was close.
Our harvest awaits? Hey, I figure...
When in doubt, stick with the classics.
Well, that was a close one. But you pulled it off. Nice work, Rollo. All right, everyone knows what to do? Yep, deep engineering is to the north.
I'll go with Beck. In case she needs some muscle.
I'll head east to the founder's office. You two, be safe. That's odd. There's not even any cups for the water. And is it frozen? This doesn't feel right to me. Let's take the other door. Solomon?
Solomon stopped in his tracks.
Luca? What are you doing here? It's a long story. Are you okay?
A veneer of confusion flashed across Solomon's face. His words rushed out dramatically.
No, I'm most certainly not okay. Some strange people grabbed me and... Were they in hazmat suits? Yes. How did you know? They brought me here and locked me up, and when they were distracted, I ran. Dang, okay, you should stick with me. We've got a plan.
Solomon's facade briefly faltered.
We? Yeah, Rollo and Beck are headed to deep engineering. Oh, thank heavens you found me. We've got to get out of here. We can't leave just yet. But they'll catch us again. I've got to do something first. When you were running, did you happen to see a door marked Founder? Founder? Why are you looking for him? I'm not, I just need to get into that office. Now that you mention it, I do think I saw a door that said Founder. It was just down this way.
Luca happened to notice a plaque above the door.
Office of the Founder. Knocking comes with consequence. Oh, here it is. So it is. It's pretty lucky that I ran into you, or else I might have missed it. Truly fortunate.
Luca tried the handle.
Locked.
Solomon leaned forward to examine the mechanism.
Regrettably, it seems to be some sort of electric lock. I don't see how we could possibly defeat a lock like that.
Luca smiled and looked at his watch.
Let's just wait a minute.
I don't know what sort of funny business you're up to, but I like it.
She mimed a quick hat tip and ambled off with a whistle.
Howdy. Oh, good afternoon.
The keypad changed from red to green.
How did you do that?
Oh, it's good to have friends. Quick, let's get inside before someone spots us.
Luca switched on his walkie-talkie.
Rollo, I'm in. As expected, there's a control panel.
Great timing. We're stuck at a locked door marked number 24601. Need you to get us through.
What if someone catches us? We should get out of here.
I'm not leaving my friends, Solomon.
On the computer screen, a green cursor blinked in a password field.
Surely you don't have a way to get around the password.
Luca pecked out his best guess. Underground secrets. The screen blinked to life. Columns of green numbers glowed on a black background.
How did you just guess that?
Oh, it's this absurd password Rollo heard when he was down here before. It's funny how someone arrogant enough to call themselves the founder uses such a basic password.
Or were they thinking several moves ahead, not expecting anyone to guess something so simple?
These villain types always end up outsmarting themselves.
Solomon's jaw clenched into a half smile.
Your powers of deduction are as impressive as your luck.
Luca quickly scanned the columns for number 24601.
Rollo, I think this should do it. Bingo, bango, doors open. Luca, you never fail to impress.
What is that slippery lout even doing down here?
Oh, we have a friend whose mum is in trouble. We're here to get her out.
I see.
Okay, Luca, I think we're close. The next door's marked number 13806.
Once again, Luca scrutinized the numbers on the screen. In that moment of distraction, Solomon reached forward and pressed a large red button.
Maybe this one opens the lock.
Crap, we've got company. Luca, must go faster. Oh, one sec, I can't think with all this
He
noise.
quickly skimmed the screen with his finger.
Here it is, 13806. Go, go, go.
Curse these fumbling hands. Oh, my apologies, Luca.
Don't beat yourself up. I know you were just trying to help. Oh, man. No water cups. Rollo! Rollo, you okay? Rollo, come in.
Mr. Kerr approached with a sneer and spoke into his walkie-talkie.
You can turn off the alarms. They're trapped.
With self-satisfaction, he called into the hallway.
That, my dears, is a dead end. Nowhere to run. Rollo, where are you? Are you okay? Yeah, I think we lost him. Making our way back to Nellie's office. Okay, you two rebel rousers are coming with us.
Nope.
Make a break for it. Did that little shit just kick me? Don't just stand there. After them. Okay, I think that worked. Roxy and Fitz have them on a wild goose chase. I'm having trouble following what just happened. Like I said, it's good to have friends. Rollo, how long do you think Roxy can distract them? How long Roxy can keep someone so pissed off they can't see straight? Let's just say we've got time. Entering Nellie's office now. Mom!
Oh, honey, what did you do to your hair? I thought you'd be happy. I finally used the Young Chemist lab kit. You sure have a knack for making me incredibly proud in the most frustrating ways. We need to get you out of here. We? Who is your adult friend?
Oh, I'm not an adult. Ever heard of a growth spurt? I had more of a growth spew.
No, that's not possible.
Nellie leaned over to examine his teeth.
Substantial banding on the enamel of the molars, consistent with tempus liquamine exposure.
Is that what you call the gunk they forced me to drink?
You drank it? Oh no. They told me it was only being tested on plants. Oh, Beck, sweetie, I promise I didn't know. Mom, what the hell is going on at this place? I was brought here to work on the discovery of a lifetime. A novel chemical compound was discovered under Beacon Pines in a wellspring they called the Source. They named it Tempus Liquamine. It pulls energy from its surroundings in order to fundamentally alter matter's relationship to time. It was the secret of Valentine's fertilizer. He harvested the source using small amounts of Tempus Liquamine into the product. It worked wonders, drastically accelerating plant growth. Crops would be ready to harvest in a fraction of the time, but it led to complications. The foul harvest. Perennial Harvest came in to clean up the mess, to succeed where Valentine failed. But Tempus Liquamine is, rebellious. Rebellious? You can think of it as a manifestation of change itself. It's volatile by its very nature. So the more you try and force it to do a specific thing, the more it resists, yes. I can relate to that. My role was to finish the work of my predecessor, Dr. Prescott, harnessing Tempus Liquamine to reliably manipulate an organism's age. Just imagine how many people we could feed. Mr. Kerr was very insistent that we achieve a successful result before today's festival. But you didn't, right?
Nellie sighed.
You know how much I love a good puzzle. I poured myself into the problem. It wasn't long until I discovered oddities in Dr. Prescott's notes. Oddities? They contained obvious errors, mistakes that someone of his reputation would never make. So I fixed them, and
now I get to replace my entire wardrobe.
I really am truly sorry.
Yeah, those clothes were all hand-me-downs anyway.
It sounds like Dr. Prescott figured it out, got cold feet and intentionally sabotaged his own work. I had considered that possibility. I sent a letter asking him to clarify his thinking. Mom, Dr. Prescott is dead. Kerr had him killed. What? I overheard them talking about it on the radio.
That's why we got to get you out of here.
I just,
Like now.
Wait, the vial! I finally solved the chemical equation allowing direct control of aging. Mr. Kerr picked it up just before you came. All the more reason we gotta hightail it.
Luca, we've got Dr. Moodwell heading your way now.
Roger that. Be careful.
All right, everything's on track.
And what is your plan for escape?
I will go over everything when they get here. In the meantime, maybe we can dig up some more info. Oh, Malice 80 proof whiskey. A hard drink for a hard man. Oh, even his alcohol is arrogant.
Solomon muttered inaudibly.
I should just smother you right now.
What's that?
I said I shouldn't bother you right now.
Oh, don't be silly. You're no bother at all. Let's see what else this bad boy has on it. Security system, time card logs, payroll. You know, for being so evil, this guy sure is boring.
Solomon once again muttered under his breath.
Just you wait.
Huh?
Oh, nothing.
Luca tugged on each of the cabinets.
Dang, this must be the good stuff. They're all locked.
Perhaps he's not as careless as you suspected.
It looks like the founder was helping Kerr plan the festival. Why would such a secretive leader be obsessed with the party?
Only time will tell.
Luca held his hand up to the ashtray.
Still warm. He must have been in here recently. I'm really sorry you got dragged into this mess, Solomon.
Oh, you needn't worry about me.
Well, I feel bad either way. We're going to get you out of this, I promise.
With a subtle, quivering lip, a smile crawled across Solomon's face. They heard the trampling of frantic footsteps from the hallway.
Lock it, lock it, lock it! Locked. That was close. When we left Nellie's office, it was swarming with clipboards.
We barely got away.
Did they follow you? Rolo. Before we start tossing blame around, Is it possible someone ordered a pizza?
We'd love to hear your thoughts.
Definitely not pizza. What now? Don't look at me, I'm officially retiring from the heisting business.
We're so sorry for the inconvenience. We just have a few quick questions.
Oh, just let me think. Can someone watch the door?
Of course.
Everyone else huddle up.
Oops. I think this little caper has gone on long enough.
Solomon, no!
Hush now, child. The adults are speaking. Dr. Moodwell, a brief reintroduction is in order. We've never met in person, but we have corresponded. You see, it was I who hired you. Solomon, the pathetic orphan child. The powerful and enigmatic founder. Sharper, the fallen progenitor who created this town. Perennial Harvest, Valentine Fertilizer, all connected by a single thread. Yours truly. But that's...
Her eyes searched the floor in thought. Solomon watched eagerly, waiting for the flicker of epiphany. With a sickened look, she peered into his soul.
Ha! Yes, now you've got it.
Tempus Liquimine, you discovered how to reverse the process?
Solomon clapped with genuine delight.
Oh, very good, Dr. Moodwell, very good. Though the discovery wasn't intentional,
Solomon glanced down, examining his youthful form.
and the effects went a little, too far for my tastes.
That's why you needed me to finish Dr. Prescott's work.
Which you did admirably. Mr. Kerr, the vial, please.
Kerr presented it with a theatrical twirl of the hand.
May I present to you the eighth wonder of the... Before he could finish, Rollo snatched the vial from Kerr's palm. Wow, this stuff sounds pretty valuable.
Be careful, you fool! You have no idea what you have in your hand.
Actually, we do. You just did a whole evil villain monologue thingy about it.
Rollo casually tossed the vial to Luca.
Gosh, maybe I'll have a taste.
Luca jiggled the vial mockingly.
Seize him!
Luca! Over here! Move another inch and I smash it.
She held it tightly behind her back. Solomon sighed, speaking in crisp, measured.
You have no plan. I'll smash it, I swear. Fine, risk killing us all. Or, if you're lucky, nothing happens. Then what? We capture you and grant you much less leniency.
He pursed his lips with feigned sincerity.
But I give you my word, if you hand it over now, none of you will be harmed.
A deep uncertainty washed over Beck.
You're a smart girl, Beck. There's no shame in being outwitted by someone smarter than you. We both know there's only one way this ends.
She looked to Nellie shakily. With a dispirited nod, Nellie sighed in defeat. Beck slowly approached Solomon.
That's a good girl.
Beck, don't do it. We can't trust that jerk.
I'm sorry, he's right.
With apprehension, Beck conceded.
Really?
Solomon pocketed the vial and brushed off his shoulder with a sharp flick.
Mr. Kerr, you have allowed yourself to be humiliated by a group of children. Report to my office tomorrow for a performance review.
The blood drained from Kerr's face.
Of course, sir.
But first, you have a speech to make. Trot out there and give me the introduction I deserve. And don't forget to smile.
Yes, sir.
And to think, all of this thanks to the efforts of Mr. Van Horn.
I don't understand. How is all of this because of me?
Ha! I said Mr. Van Horn, silly child. Dr. Walt Van Horn. Your father was always a thorn in my side. I offered him an opportunity to be a part of something great. The fool was blinded by righteousness. He even broke into my laboratory in an attempt to sabotage my work.
Solomon shook his head with gratification.
But the universe has a funny way of correcting course. By meddling with a force he didn't understand, Walt showed me its true potential. As fate would have it, Luca, your father's dying act was to grant me eternal life.
A muffled applause resonated faintly through the walls.
Well, that's my cue. After the festivities and my subsequent ascension, I will return to deal with you all. Till then, I suggest you use this time to reflect on the magnitude of your failure. You three, keep post outside the door. Well, crap.
Nellie was staring at the floor, deep in thought.
Oh, sorry, Luca. Give me a minute to calm my mind. Hey. I'm sorry, Luca. I did what I had to do. I know, it's just we were so close. I got a feeling that eventually Solomon will get what's coming to him. Time wounds all heals. Well, seems like less of an issue for him now. I can't believe Beck sold us out like that. I'm not sure she had any other choice. So what now? What's the plan? I don't have one. Of course you do. You always have a plan. Rolo, you just need some time. Rolo, it's over. We lost. Anything else we can do in here? Guess not. Luca, there's something you should know. After Mr. Kerr locked me in that office, I had nothing but time and curiosity. I poked around a bit, hoping to find a means of escape, but I found something else. A note, hidden in a false drawer. What sort of note? Dr. Prescott must have sensed his time at Perennial Harvest was growing short, so he left behind a letter with the hope it would be found by his successor. It was a confession of sorts. He left it for me, but its contents... Luca, I think they were meant for you. Why? What did it say? It was about an incident with your mother. Dr. Prescott found her in his lab with a stolen keycard. There was an accident. She had been exposed to extreme amounts of Tempus liquamine.
The color dropped from Luca's face.
Did she? Is she? She survived. Dr. Prescott decided to help her recover. He no longer trusted Perennial Harvest, so he kept her whereabouts a secret. Over time, your mother led him to reconsider the purpose of scientific discovery. Science is often at the vanguard of change, but that doesn't mean it's always right. He realized that no one should have control over something as powerful as time itself. I now believe that's why he began to intentionally sabotage his own work. And it cost him his life. That's a reasonable conclusion.
Luca was overwhelmed with emotion.
But if she's alive, where has she been? Where is she now?
A sudden explosion sounded from the hull. Chapter 8. Comeuppance.
Ooh.
Ears still ringing, Gran picked herself up off the ground. Through the dust and smoke, she looked over to see Mrs. Fratelli helping Hiram Tolliver to his feet. She'd had to beg, borrow, and steal to acquire those explosives. How many nights had she spent visualizing how she'd use them to make things right? And now, her one shot at destroying the source, that damned hole that swallowed so much of her life, was gone. Traded for this jagged hole in a wall and a foolhardy shot at rescuing Rollo. With Fratelli and Tolliver at her side, she stepped through. It was a strange feeling. The last time she'd stalked this maze of hallways, it was in a different body. They quickly rounded a corner to find a group of clipboards guarding a door. Something worth guarding is probably something worth seeing. She leapt forward, brandishing her cane. If her last chance at vengeance for things lost was truly gone, she would just have to fight to keep what she still had.
Gran, what are you doing here? Luca, what are you doing here? Oh, we're here to save Nellie. We're here to save Rollo. Hey, Mrs. Lucas Gran. That's awfully nice of you. But I'm fine. Oh no, what did they... Gran, there's no time to explain. We have to go now. Come on, everyone. We've got a party to crash.
They made their way out from deep within Perennial Harvest, just as Solomon finished up his speech.
Thankfully, we can dispense with the formalities from here on out.
Solomon pulled a glass vial from his pocket.
We've got to stop him.
In one smooth motion, he downed its contents. A triumphant smile grew across Solomon's lips.
No! Well, I guess that's it. We lost.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
I wondered if she'd
With
pulled a
mischievous
switcheroo.
look, Beck elbowed Luca. Remember when I had the vial behind my back?
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little junk, change, or malice. Let's go with malice.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little malice.
Malice? The whiskey from his office? Yep, dude had an unfinished glass on his desk. Figured his grow juice could use a little hair of the dog.
You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Now that's what I call 80 poof whiskey.
Damn, dude!
Pop goes the weasel.
The crowd gazed in stunned silence at the now empty stage. The quiet was broken when William Kerr sprinted off stage and into the distance. He was never seen around Beacon Pines, or anywhere else for that matter, again. Watching the silhouette of Kerr disappear over the horizon, Luca began to laugh. First, a low chuckle that became uncontrolled, heaving laughter. Through his tears, he was vaguely aware that the crowd had begun to laugh with him. The end.
Are we going to take this ending?
Was unexpected. Perhaps a bit of an absurd ending for my taste, but who am I to say? I'm only writing the damn thing.
I mean, we should probably see what the other endings are, right? Yeah. So let's go with... Let's see what happens if we choose junk.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little junk.
Can't wait to see the look on his face when he realizes he drank his own cigar ash.
How did ashes get into the vial?
It was pretty easy to mess with the vial when it was behind my back.
Oh, that's sneaky.
Well, it's a bad habit anyways.
Pa always says bad habits are like 50-yard field goals. Huh? Hard to kick. You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Well, that's one way to kick a bad habit.
As the last of what was once Sharper Valentine wafted into the air, the crowd began to disperse, still numb from what they had just observed. Sharper Valentine was gone for good. His end would be a new beginning for Beacon Pines. A new chance to let go of the things they had lost and grab hold of a new future. The end. Well, I'd be lying if I said that wasn't a bit gratifying. If that feels to you like a good note to end on, I won't stand in your way.
Right, we're going to do the last one then. A little change.
I might have tweaked his wonder potion with a little change.
Like pocket change?
You're unlucky, Penny. Yeah, I plopped it in the vial when no one else was looking.
What's that going to do?
No idea, that's the beauty of science. Now, we observe.
You can all call me Sharper Valentine.
His body and face began to contort and expand as he disappeared into a belching green mist.
Holy crap, he's a baby? Yeah, but he's still sharper, right? What he was no longer matters. This is an innocent child. I apologize for all the harm my father has caused you.
Eris awkwardly cradled the squirming child. She looked to her brother, her voice shaking with uncertainty.
Augustus, what do we, We do what Valentines always do. What must be done? I'll hurry home and prepare a crib for father, young Sharper.
That would be a great help, thank you.
She looked back down at the infant with equal parts kindness and terror in her eyes. With a shake of her head, Eris addressed the crowd with a stern scowl.
Okay, everyone, the show is over. You may leave now.
Epilogue. Beacon Pines' coldest summer on record came and went without much fanfare. Folks shared what they had and none were left wanting. The new school year was ushered in by the falling leaves of autumn. After everything Luca, Rollo, and Beck had been through, middle school was bearable. The chill of winter didn't seem to bother people much. They kindled a hope for a better future in their hearts. When spring arrived, farmers planted their crops with a sense of joy and optimism. And as the dawn of the first day of summer came again, its light slowly spread through the shallow valley. It crept over the town square, across the river, past the neglected welcome sign, and came to rest on a young boy sleeping at dawn, his mind at peace, knowing he is here for a reason.
Check the walkie-talkie, maybe. Rollo, are you up yet? Roger that. It's a beautiful day at Mission Control. You gonna swing by? Be there in a minute. Go and see Gran, perhaps.
Over time, Eleanor began moving Walt's old things out of the closet and into storage.
Is she back in this room?
Eleanor had moved back into her bedroom, and now that she wasn't sneaking out late, she even slept there most nights.
There she is. Mom, I'm ready to go now.
You go on without me, I'll meet you there. I've got a batch of jam to finish jarring. It's funny. I only started making jam as a way to send messages without anyone noticing. But now I enjoy it.
Aww. I'm pretty sure the tap and fridge weren't open and on when I last looked, but I'm not quite sure why that happened. I certainly left it that way the last time I was in the kitchen doing stuff. Go to Dad's grave. Maybe we can interact with that. Oh, his headstone's gone. We've moved it to the old town. Maybe. There's Roxy. I hear you and Rollo have big plans for that little tree house. Yeah, it started getting crowded after we revoked the max capacity one Rollo, one Luca rule. So we decided to expand. But at least we got some help with that. How's the internship at Nellie and Alona's shop going? It's been great. I'm hoping it helps me get into the School of Agriculture up at State. Also, Nellie said she'd write a letter of recommendation, which would be huge. Just can't help but worry about leaving Rollo. He's grown up so fast, but he's still my little brother. Yeah, he had a heck of a growth spurt. I don't just mean grown, literally. This morning he was up and finished his chores before I even had breakfast. Well, some of that might be his excitement about the treehouse renovations. Don't tell him this because it'll go to his head, but I'm really proud of that little punk. I'm sure he feels the same way, but he's just too dang proud to tell you. I know. Cool. Do anything with the shovel? Oh, that's the mayor. Hey Gus, how's the tree planting going? Oh, couldn't be better. I'm so grateful to Alona and Nellie for letting me help. I just wasn't built to be a mayor. Too much bureaucracy.
Gus, we finished cleaning up the sidewalks. What's next?
When Perennial Harvest collapsed, most of the clipboards skipped town. But some stuck around and dedicated themselves to making things right.
Anyone with a knack for art can help paint the new offices.
You can count on us.
Well, it looks like you really found your calling. I never really felt comfortable telling people what to do. Now this right here. This is something I could be proud of.
So I think this is the canon ending, seeing as we get this little epilogue and everyone's happy. How's the napping this morning?
The most underrated part of a good nap is the view. And the view's getting greener every day.
Nice.
Oh, they've changed the building to Slow and Dirty Harvest. I guess talk to them?
Yeah. I see you decided on a name. Yep, we had to clear out all the old stuff before putting on the final touch. Slow and Dirty Harvest is now official. I like it. It was actually Nellie's idea. There's still a lot of work to do and the name serves as a reminder. Just because progress is important doesn't mean change should happen fast. In fact, I've learned that the more you care about something, the more important it is to take things slow. Our motto is go slow and fix things.
Amen to that.
Can't go in. Can we go this way? Yeah, okay, I think we get to kind of explore town a little bit then. See how Heiress is getting on. Young Mr. Van Horn. How's little Solomon, Sharper doing? Young Sharper seems to enjoy nature more than I. So we do a lot of strolling these days. Has he, attempted to crawl out of his crib and plot world domination? Yeah. Thankfully, no. I spoke at length with Dr. Moodwell, and she feels that Sharper's infant mind was not developed enough to retain his previous memories. For all intents and purposes, the child is unmoulded clay. Well, let's hope he's a little nicer the second time around. That is the objective, yes. But really, all I can do is try and hope. Two activities I'm endeavouring to find less distasteful. Well, I think you're doing a great job. And the whole town is ready to help out however we can. I can't wait to teach him to throw a baseball.
Eris did her best to ignore the tears welling in her eyes.
That would be acceptable. Go and talk to the newspaper editor. What's today's news that needs knowing?
I'll give you tomorrow's headline today. Our old friend Patrick C. Montesquieu, also aka William Kerr, just performed a stirring rendition of The Iceman Cometh at the State Correctional Facility. I hear there wasn't a dry eye in the house.
Well, I guess he has plenty of time to work on his craft.
What's Dawn up to?
I'm glad you swung by. More follow-up questions for your story? Nope, I got everything I need. Thanks again for that. I sent a draft of the story to a reporter in Capital City, and they offered me an internship. Of course they did. You're an amazing reporter. I don't know about all that. A story about a phony corporation that picked up an entire town of people and moved them to cover up a massive illegal mine shaft full of incredibly hazardous chemicals sort of writes itself, if you think about it. Just don't forget us when you become a fancy big city reporter. Capital City isn't that far away. I'm going to have to come back from time to time to check in and see what sort of a new trouble you've gotten yourself into. Sorry to disappoint, but my adventuring days are over. Ha! We both know that's not true. What makes you say that? Call it a reporter's intuition. Alright, maybe we can go in the diner. Oh, one of the clipboards is here. Can't talk to him though.
Mrs. Fratelli glowed with a carefree smile.
Is that your suitcase? That is 2 weeks of unencumbered tranquility. Excuse me? Would you be so kind as to take my order? 2 weeks of sand, margaritas, and forgotten obligations. Excuse me? I'd love to place an order.
Mrs. Fratelli sighed with a zen-like calm.
Just as soon as the lunch rush ends. I'll be a feather on the wind. You're going on vacation for the first time in years. And I've got you and your mum to thank. Why's that? She didn't tell you yet? You two are going to fill in for me at the diner while I'm gone. Just like old times. It's fine. I'll wait.
will only be serving jam. Okay. We'll check in. I should check in with the lady who's been reading her book this entire time. He looked to his friends with a thankful smile after everything that could have gone wrong. Everything that did go wrong, we made it. The end.
Closing her eyes, Miss Hatch took a deep, relaxing breath.
Oh, hello, Luca. How are you? Really good, actually. Oh, that's wonderful. Did I miss anything? No, I think you're pretty much up to speed.
We've got this little dog.
Wow, back for seconds? If it's not too much trouble, for the longest time, I didn't understand the appeal of ice cream. It serves no purpose, other than to be briefly enjoyed, and then it's gone. But it's pretty tasty while it lasts. I'm inclined to agree.
Mr. Tolliver.
Luca, can I interest you in a delicious apple?
He playfully waggled an apple.
No thanks, just saying hello.
Oh, well, hello then. Mind telling your mom we need a new crate of jam?
Already?
Yeah, it's funny, I used to hide this stuff in the back. Terrified that someone would find out about our secret messages. Now everyone wants to get their hands on Eleanor Van Horn's famous spy jam.
Can't touch the watermelon still. Right. Well, we're going to check on Mr. Nuncreed, maybe. Here he is. Oh, what's Jeff doing with all his rabbits? Hey, Mr. Nuncreed. I'm going to go see my dad in a bit. Did you want to come with?
Even after everything I did, you'd still,
Mr. Nuncreed shook his head.
You really are your father's son, aren't you? I don't think I'm ready for that yet.
Well, you're always invited. I bet he'd love to hear from you.
I'll visit Walt in my own time. You run along now.
Who are these bunnies? What's he doing?
With perennial harvest gone, the transportation tubes were left unused.
Come one, come all. No one is too big, no one is too small. For Jeff's wild ride.
Maybe not completely unused.
Just one piece of candy. For the ride of your life. Who's next?
Me. What's this guy up to?
Guess what? Yesterday I saw a Dynasties Tidius.
And that's good?
It's great. I haven't spotted one of those in years. At this rate, Beacon Pines is going to become the bug capital of the country.
Well, that's one thing, I suppose. Probably can't do much here. Have a little check round. The green goop's gone, at least. Probably not much to do here either. Just checking all the areas. I think the treehouse is probably going to be where the game ends, so let's just have a look at everywhere. It's interesting they put a jump in on the spacebar, but I didn't need to use it even one time, I don't think. Right. Let's go to the treehouse then. Oh.
A little higher.
Yep.
Little lower.
Yep.
Little higher.
Yep. I'm telling you, the angle isn't the issue. We need more power to the radio. Luca, there you are. Will you tell him it's not the angle? Hey, I'm not in charge of antenna redesign. Fine. Iggy, just, don't do anything drastic until we get back.
Who, me?
Tish, you're in charge while I'm gone. Yep. They'll be fine, right? It'll be fine. If we really want Mission Control to turn into something bigger and better, we have to loosen our grip a bit. You're right. Lead the way. Oh, I was just there. If I'd known. Oh, well, let's talk to the fisherman.
Luker, get this. I managed to reel in an actual fish this morning.
Seriously?
Yeah, an honest to goodness, flip-flopping, swim-swamming fish.
I don't think I've ever caught an actual fish here.
Been at least 7 years since I caught one. I say it's a good omen.
What did you do with the fish?
Oh, I released it back into the pond. I'm hoping to catch it again tomorrow.
Alright, back to Bex then. At times like this, a fast transport would be quite nice. But hey, there isn't too many screens, I suppose. There she is.
I have news I think you'll enjoy. This morning I unpacked my last box.
You're officially moved in.
It's just a box. Let's not blow this out of proportion.
It sounds an awful lot like putting down roots.
I guess I decided this place is root-worthy. You're going to be stuck with me for the foreseeable future.
I do have to warn you, most years aren't going to be as interesting as this one.
I think I'll manage.
Ready?
Before we go, there's a bit of a surprise.
Got a tree.
My mom's prepared this tree especially for you.
Oh, they didn't have to do that.
It wasn't just them. Just about the whole town pitched in. We all owe you. You should do okay in the cold of old Beacon Pines, and thrive as things warm up.
Oh, that's perfect. Oh, I think we're ready now. We've said goodbye to everyone. Well, you know, we've spoken to everyone. Got that sort of final bit before the end. So, time to ride the wild ride. Oop.
Ah, you got it. Now that's a good-looking tree. Being a special occasion and whatnot, this ride's on the house. You're gonna want to hang on tight to that little tree.
Oh.
I think this is it. The end I've been waiting for. Honestly, I began to lose hope of ever finding it. But then you came along. I don't know exactly how to thank you. It's hard to explain how much this means to me. It's funny, now that our time together is finally ending. I'm at a loss for words. Let's just watch the end together.
Done.
A good little tree.
The best little tree.
Thank you, children. This means a lot.
Yeah, thanks for everything. Shucks, I only did what any super awesome best buddy would have done. We should probably give you some time alone now. You good?
Yeah, I am.
It's been a wild year. How are you feeling? Oh, everyone keeps asking me that. I'm fine, really. Pa always says the only thing fitter than a fiddle is a cello. I feel like a dang cello. Well, if you ever stop feeling like a cello, I'm here for you. I know, you don't even have to say it.
You two make an awesome pair.
Excuse me? We're a trio now. Yep.
Thanks.
There's just one thing missing now that you're part of the group.
Missing?
Let me tell you a little story about a man named Hank Atomic.
Oh, God.
I won't be long. We'll be waiting for you back at the phone booth. I found the perfect way to start our summer.
You've got some good friends. I'm so proud of you. Your father would be so proud. I know. Mum, can I ask you a question? Do you ever dream about Dad? Not a night goes by that I don't. Are you ever afraid that you're going to forget him? Forget what he looked like? Forget his voice? No, because so much of him lives on in you. He loved that old tree, but I know he would have loved this one more, because his two favourite people planted it. I'll give you two a moment. Hey, Dad. Dr. Moodwell says that over the next few years this place should warm up, so you won't have to be so cold for much longer. I think I finally understand why you left that night. There were things you believed in. Big things. Those beliefs were the things that made you, you. If you wouldn't have stood up to Sharper, stood up for what you believed in, you wouldn't have been the same person anymore. You had to go, but that didn't mean you loved us any less. I might not visit you as much as I used to. I know you understand. And is that it? Oh, we blew out the candle as well. Well, there we go. That was Beacon Pines, which was good fun. It wasn't perhaps as spooky as I thought it might be. It was more sort of like a sci-fi mystery kind of thing, perhaps at heart. But still a very good game. Sort of hit some emotional punches as well along the way. Some funny, some sad. So I hope you all enjoyed it. I enjoyed playing it, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. And if you did enjoy this last video of Beacon Pines, if you could hit the like button on the video, that'd be fantastic, and subscribe to the channel as well for more content like this. That would be amazing. So I'm just going to say goodbye for now, and hope to see you again on Boring Dad Gaming. And that's it.